In The Amazing Spider-Man number 8 from January of 1964, our friendly neighborhood wall crawler found himself facing off with an unlikely enemy. The students of Midtown High School are given a demonstration by a Dr. Petty, who has created a robot capable of solving any problem and has named it the Living Brain. The students decide to ask it the true identity of Spider-Man, which obviously puts Peter Parker in a predicament. Peter is asked by Dr. Petty to feed all the information on Spider-Man to the Living Brain in mathematical form, to which it dispenses the answer, again in mathematical form. Thankfully, these symbols need to be translated, which is something delegated to Parker overnight. You'd think with a robot so advanced it'd be able to tell you the answer right away, hunk of junk. And why can't these scientists and teachers decipher the code themselves? They need a high school or two? Whatever. Anyways, two guys hired to transport the Living Brain overhear its capabilities and decide to steal it for gambling purposes. Dr. Petty tries to stop them, but during the fight, one of the men are knocked into the robot's control panel and it goes apeshit in the school. Peter learns of the ruckus, switches into Spider-Man and begins fighting the machine. The Living Brain proves to be a formidable opponent though, as it's constantly analyzing its environment and finding ways to counter Spidey's every move. The Living Brain hides behind a door and strikes Spider-Man when he least expects it, proceeding to stand on the door and pin the hero to the ground. It begins utilizing the environment as a weapon, shakes Spidey off like a flea when he tries to web it up, and even intends to take Spider-Man straight to the depths of hell by crushing him with its body at the bottom of a stairway. It's as if it's thinking, strategizing, like a human being. With the robot squeezing him in a nice hug, Spidey uses his web to swing them out of a window, where he manages to successfully turn it off and end the chaos. You'd think the Living Brain would have been a one-off character or something, but no, it would make a return 24 years later in Web of Spider-Man number 35 from February of 1988. Having broken down, the robot is donated to the Midtown High School Science Lab by its creator, Dr. Petty. However, his son Steve modifies it and using a remote control, sends it after a jock bully who had been picking on him named Jake. This upgraded version of the Living Brain had a slightly different design and was much stronger than the original. It also had the ability to fly, or I guess hover, thanks to its rocket legs. This new Living Brain would once again face off against Spider-Man, this time punching an elevator fuse box and short-circuiting itself. In 2013, among the pages of Superior Spider-Man, the Living Brain would appear once again, aiding the Sinister Six when they went up against the Otto-Octavius Spider-Man. You know, after he had switched bodies with Peter Parker using a brain-swapping Octobot when he was dying, when both their minds became connected and Otto was able to experience Peter's memories firsthand, realizing the responsibility his powers bring along with them, when he promised Peter that he would continue his legacy as Spider-Man. Yeah, I give it credit, it was really creative and definitely emotional. I also don't know what the reception to it was from a lot of the other fans, but man was it a weird concept to grasp. Cool, unique, but weird. But enough of all that, let's get back to the Living Brain. So after the Sinister Six battle, Octavius had taken it to his lab to act as his assistant. He would utilize its various capabilities, and it would help him against Monster, the goblin version of Carly Cooper. When Peter Parker returned as Spider-Man in The Amazing Spider-Man Volume 3, the Living Brain would remain as a lab assistant. Here, it is holding some drinks. Nice. When Ghost attempted to sabotage the security at Parker Industries, Peter orders it to protect all the staff and guide them to the exit, though it is damaged in the process. After Ghost is defeated, the Living Brain is seen carrying the villain. Now it just needs to throw itself down a stairwell again and finish them off. No survivors. In The Amazing Spider-Man Volume 4, number 18, Otto Octavius manages to store his memory banks and brainwaves into the robot, and plans on taking over Peter Parker's body yet again. He attacks Spider-Man, but activates the self-destruct by mistake, seemingly destroying the Living Brain once and for all. And finally, the Living Brain's most recent appearance was in 2019, being rebuilt by Anna Maria Marconi. For a character that seems so basic that could have honestly just appeared once and been over and done with, Marvel managed to get a lot of mileage out of this idea over the decades. The living brain is such a goofy concept that you can't help but get behind it. Its bulky design, 1950s and 60s science fiction influences, and over-the-top moniker just add to its charm. This is the kind of shit I love about comics sometimes. It's so wacky that it's cool. This has been NerdGasm. Let me know what you think of the living brain in the comments section down below. If you want to help support the channel and my content, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell icon for notifications, and head on over to patreon.com/channelNerdgasm and check out all the rewards I have on there. I will see you in the next one. Take care and stay nerdy.